Welcome guys, my name is Python Financial, and if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I recommend you guys to subscribe to my channel. The channel name is Mr. Python Financial Office Tutorial. Subscribe now so that you will not miss this kind of videos. Today our task is on how to filter data in the Microsoft Excel. So during the last tutorial, we have taught how to create a table in Microsoft Excel. So as I have already said that these are filters here, as you can see, these are filters everywhere. So we have our data like this one. We have names here, where we have Python, Finance, Gladys, and the dates here. The date of course is the same. It was on 20. That was 20 March 2026, and we have this one, what we call it, amount per month. So the amount of money, maybe they were working into a certain organization, so this is the amount of money they were receiving. Someone received 1 million US dollars, someone 10,000 US dollars. So this is like their amount they earn per month. But upon redundancy from this taxation, this is their 15% redundancy. The amount of money was being reduced by 15%. Hence, this is their tax. The tax that maybe in that country, maybe they deduct this kind of tax to their monthly income. So this is what they receive per month. So the one who is supposed to receive 10,000 US dollars now is receiving 8,500 US dollars. So this is like that. So now I want to badge into our today's task as to filter the data. What we have here is to filter the data we have here. So as I have already said that this is our filters, so we are going to filter. We can filter using any kind of data we want. We can filter using the names. We can filter using the month in amount per month. We can filter using the monthly income. We can filter using the annual income. So this is the data. So to filter here, for example, we want to filter this data based on the names. So we can go here on the names, filter here, click the filters, and it brought us the filters. So here we have the names, it brought us the names. So we can select what names we want and which one we don't. For example, here I don't want Finance, Python, and Gladys to appear to my data, so I eliminate them. But Alice, Lawrence, Patrick, Shafil, Stephen, and Vanessa will appear in that data. So upon clicking, we'll just tick there. For example, before and ticking, the data was like this. So because we want to filter the data so that Python, Finance, and Gladys will not appear to the data, we're going to click Python and tick. We're going to untick Finance, Python, and Gladys. But Irish, Lawrence, Patrick, Shafil, Stephen, and Vanessa will appear in that data. So we untick those we don't want to appear to our data, and then say okay. Upon doing that, you can see that the data about those Finance, Python, and Gladys are not appearing to our data upon filtering. So upon filtering, you can see that the table itself has changed. Before filtering, the field of names, it was like this, of that of dates, or that one of tax, or whatsoever it is. So right now it seems like there is something like a filter. A filter, what I mean, something like a filter. So this one shows you, once you see this, maybe you have a data and you are working in a certain organization, you have data. So that data shows this kind of thing, this filter like thing. So it seems like it shows us that data has been filtered. So that's it. So upon filtering the data, there is something else like this, something like a filter comes up on the filter of that kind of what kind of, for example, this one, we have the column headings. On our column headings, it's where we have filtering the name. We filter based on the name. So this data has been filtered based on the name. If that kind of filter appeared somewhere like here where there is a date, it means we have filtered that data based on the dates. So that's it. So this is how to filter the data. We filter the data based on that. But upon filtering the data that doesn't mean the data that was there before has been disappeared. That doesn't mean it has been eliminated or deleted, but the data is there, but it's just hidden. We just want to see only those we wish to see on that moment. We want to see these ones, but they still, those files on finance and credits are still there in that data. Maybe, for example, if we untick here and maybe want to unfilter, so this is how to filter and how to unfilter the data. If you unfilter the data, we can see that those names are still there. So for example, here we want to unfilter, we're gonna click on the same filter and tick. You can go where there is a select all, you can select all, or else maybe you can tick where there is there you untick before, where you untick before, you can tick it there. For example, at that moment I untick these ones, so instead of clicking where there is select all, you can click there where there is finance, one and credits, like that. So I tick the data or that where that I was unticked, that it was, I have ticked the data that was unticked. So upon ticking the data like that, I can say okay, you're gonna see that the data is still there. Finance, Gladys, they are all there. Python, they are all there. See, this is the data, how to filter the data and how to unfilter the data. This is not the only way to filter the data. There is another way to filter the data. You can filter the data based on using the certain filter here. You can filter the data based on that, but we are not yet there. First of all, I have to tell you on how to filter the data, this data, using the filters in the table. So that was, I was filtering the data based on these things, based on the names, yeah. But I can filter this data based on the dates, but these dates cannot be filtered because we have only all the data was maybe entered. The data entry we were done maybe on 20 February, on 20 March 2026. So all data is on 20 March. But if the data was entered, another one was maybe the date was 20, 21, 22, something, we can say those data from 21, I want to appear only those data on the 21st, 21st of 21st of March 2026. So I can filter here, but because all the data is only for 26 March 20 March 2026, so we cannot filter that. But maybe you can filter here, maybe you want to only those ones with less than 1 million US dollars should appear there. We can untick those ones like that and say okay, and then the data will only appear those ones with less than 1 million storage, like that. We can filter using any anything we want here. We can filter using the using any column heading. So first I did filter it using names, and now I filter it using month per month, I mean amount per month, like that. So I want to undo. So to undo is like what I did before. You can click where there is select all, like that, and say okay, and then boom, the data is coming like that. So this is our data. This is how to filter the data. But not only that, we can filter the data using this thing. There is something like sort A to Z. This is sorting now. Of course, it's not filtering, but it's sorting, but it's somehow relating. So you can sort the data. So because our data here, there is only numerical data, so we can't filter it using A to Z, because only letters can be filtered using A to Z, but numbers, the numerical data, cannot be filtered using A to Z. So as for this data, the names, you can see the names are in, they are letters. You see, they are letters. So because they are letters, they can be filtered using A to Z. We can filter them. So maybe we can go there on the names column heading, and you click there the filter where there is a drop down. It brought us this kind of table. So we're going to click, maybe we want to filter our data, those ones. We're going to sort our data. We're going to sort our data based start with A to Z, which means those ones, those letters before in the alphabet letters, those ones who are before is supposed to be the first one. Those ones who are later, maybe going Z, the letter we have letter Z, so it's supposed to be after the others. So for example, I have selected here, I want to sort using A to Z, like that. I can click like this one. You can see Aries is A, so it's the first letter, going F, G, and the V is the last one based on the data we have here. Or else you can see okay, as you can see here, we have filtered the data based on A to Z. We have sorted the data. That was the sorting. So upon sorting the data, you can see that this on the filter where we have our drop down has changed. It have changed to something like the arrow. This arrow is pointing upwards, which means we are sorting data starting from lowest to larger one. We're starting from the lowest to larger one, like we're starting to the lowest. A is the lowest one, going upwards. That's why the arrow points up. If you rate using our sort, if you sort this data, sort Z to A, we can click here. The arrow will change. The arrow will point downwards, which means we have started from Z going downwards. It's like we're descending now. The first one, it was like we're ascending, but the second one, this one, the arrow goes down because we are descending now from Z to A. That's it. How to sort the data. That's it. We can sort the data. It's not only that. This one, we can sort the data. For example, yes, we can sort the math. The numerical data can also sort it, but we can sort them based on the we can sort them based on, we can say, the largest to smallest, something like that. So for example, here on the math income, maybe Vanessa was receiving 2,550,000 US dollars. So this is the month income. Per month, Vanessa was receiving 2,550,000 US dollars. So we can filter them, saying that we want those people who have the salaries larger. We want to start with those with larger salary, with a large amount of salaries for going downwards. So it means we're going to go here where we have our filter here. Drop down. We can go there, click that, and we can say we want the largest to smallest, because we want the large amount of salary then to end up with the lowest or the smallest salary. So we can go to say, we can click where we have sort largest to smallest. So like that, upon sorting like that, we can see the monthly income. It have started with that one of 2,550,000 550 US dollars, 550,000 US dollars. That one, this one, and that one, like that, going downwards up to 8,500 US dollars. That's it. That's the amount of money we have sorted the data, starting from the largest going downwards. It's like we are descending, like what we did with the letters here. So the arrow is going downwards. If we did filter our data, saying we filter the data starting from the lowest to largest, or maybe saying from the smallest to largest, so then the arrow will have point upwards, because we are starting, it's like we are ascending. So because this arrow, you can see this arrow is pointed downwards because we are descending. We're starting from the large number going to the lowest number. And if we filter it, saying we sort it, or want to sort, not for if we want to filter to sort it, you can click, maybe we want to sort it from smallest to largest, like that. You can see it have started with the smallest monthly income to the largest monthly income, and you can see that the arrow here have already changed. They have pointed upwards, which means we are increasing. It's like we are ascending. We're starting from the smallest value to the largest value, something like that. So guys, this is how you can filter the data in the Microsoft Excel table. You can filter and how you can sort the data in Microsoft Excel. This is it, guys. As I always keep on saying that practice makes perfect. I recommend you guys, upon watching this video, go ahead and practice so that we gain more expertise in this area.